Micro motor madness. Scale down, drive big.
What's up, boys? Today I'm thrilled to showcase the fully detailed interior of this Jeep Wrangler build. From the seats, hand-painted in a rich reddish-brown leather finish, to the carpeted floor with a unique touch of velvet flakes, every detail has been crafted for realism. The seats have been sealed with a matte coat to replicate the texture of genuine leather, while all the black plastic elements received a layer of matte varnish for a premium soft touch effect. Silver chrome accents on the vents, door handles, and trim complete the look, adding a touch of elegance to this miniature masterpiece. Let's dive into how it all came together. Part 1. Preparing the interior for transformation. Before starting the transformation, let's take a look at the raw components. The floor will be treated with velvet flakes, applied using whitewood glue for a realistic carpet effect. The seats, which I had to modify slightly to fit around the oversized 180 motor we installed on the SCX24 drivetrain, are prepped for paint. The link to watch episode 2, Building the LCG Chassis and Drivetrain, is at the top right of your screen. I've chosen Tamiya TS-1 red-brown for the seats, while details on the dashboard will be enhanced with Tamiya X11 silver chrome. Let's get to work. Part 2. Painting leather effect details. I began by mounting the seats and armrest components onto sticks secured to cardboard for easy painting. Using a white primer as the base, I layered Tamiya TS-1 red-brown paint for that authentic leather look, finishing with a matte varnish to dull the shine. Painting and detailing the interior is a first for me. I thought it would be difficult, but in the end I find it very fun. I don't know if it looks well on the video, but the paint is a little shiny, a little too much for leather. That's why I then apply a layer of flat clear. The difference is obvious, and I really like the result. As a reminder, I use Tamiya brand paints, and more precisely the TS range, which is specially designed for ABS plastic of hard bodies. So it's TS-1 for the color and TS-80 for the varnish. I do the same treatment for the armrests of the door panels to recall the leather effect on the doors. I used metallic Jeep Wrangler emblems from Team DC with the 4.0 liters badge from C-Chan that I applied to the exterior of the body for more realism. The link to watch episode 3, Assembling, Painting, and Detailing the Body, is at the top right of your screen. I used C-Chan's smaller and softer Jeep logo to add details to the interior of the car. I bought these emblems on AsiaTees. Alright, here's a fun detail I added. I stuck a Jeep logo on the car's multimedia screen to mimic a realistic boot screen. I do wish I had painted the background white before applying the emblem. It would have made it pop more. While the emblem on the multimedia screen turned out less visible than planned, the result still adds a touch of realism. Now let me show you something else. I've just unmasked this door panel and placed it next to another panel that's already been finished with a coat of flat clear varnish. Check out the difference. The varnished panel has a matte finish that completely removes that shiny, toy-like look from the black plastic. It's a small upgrade, but it really elevates the overall realism. The dashboard receives similar treatment, with leather accents applied to the center console and steering wheel. Part 3. Creating the carpet effect. Next up was the flooring, where I wanted to simulate a carpeted texture. I discovered Velvet Flakes, a nail beauty product, on AliExpress and decided to give it a try. So I know a bit about nail polishes and all the wild trends like electric colors and those fake witch nails. But I've never actually seen someone with nails covered in velvet powder. Maybe it's a thing in Asia? Anyway, I picked up this velvet powder for just $2, including shipping, which is way cheaper than the dedicated hobby products that go for around $20 at craft stores. That's a crazy price for what's essentially just a little dust. My goal here isn't to create some high-end Alcantara interior. It's just to simulate the look, nothing more. Using whitewood glue, I evenly spread a layer over the floor panels before sifting the velvet flakes through a kitchen sieve. After gently pressing the flakes into the glue, I let them dry, shook off the excess, and reapplied where needed. The result is a soft, realistic carpet effect that perfectly complements the interior design. Pro tip: if you have a static applicator, this step will be even easier. Part 4. Detailing and assembling the interior. With the main components ready, it was time for the finishing touches. I previously painted the gear lever knob in reddish brown, and now I'm painting its outline, the handbrake lever button, the outlines of the rear seat cup holders, and off camera I also painted the door handles and other details in Tamiya X11 chrome silver. Despite using the finest brush I had, I did encounter minor paint overflows, which I corrected with black paint for a clean finish. All the interior parts are now painted, detailed, and ready for assembly, and I'm loving how it turned out. For a first attempt, I think it looks pretty good. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Your opinions and feedback matter. If you have better solutions or creative ideas, share them. They could be super helpful for me in future projects or even for others watching. Assembly posed its own challenges. The modified passenger seat and dashboard required gluing due to earlier adjustments to accommodate the drivetrain. The front passenger seat was a bit of a challenge. It had to be cut into 2 pieces and the floor underneath was removed. Unlike the other seats, this one can't be screwed in. It can only be secured with super glue. I'm using the strongest glue I have to make sure it stays firmly in place and completely hides the cut. Fingers crossed it holds up perfectly. Tamiya glue ensured everything held firmly in place. With the pieces finally together, the interior was taking shape beautifully. Part 5. Final reveal and installation. Using a fine brush, I painted silver chrome details on the air vents, multimedia screen outline, door handles, and gear shifter. I decided to stick the C-Chan emblem on the passenger side of the dashboard, mainly because I had it lying around and knew I'd probably never use it on one of my car bodies. Here, it's tucked away just enough to stay subtle, while still adding a nice extra touch to the interior of our Jeep. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. The interior is finally ready to be installed under the body for the last step of assembly, where we'll get to admire all the work that's been done. Before that, I'll give the interior windows a quick wipe with a cloth to make sure they're spotless. Then I'll secure everything with the 4 screws that attach the interior to the body. Lastly, I'll connect all the electrical cables for the big final reveal. Stay tuned. It's going to look amazing. Now it's time to bring this car to life. Let's turn it on and switch on the ambient interior lighting. It really sets the mood and helps us overlook the dents and scratches, signs of a well-used and loved vehicle. I'll also turn off the studio lights so we can focus solely on the interior glow. Let's check it out. I love driving these cars with my son, both indoors and outdoors. It's such a great way to spend quality time together, building a strong bond and creating memories that will stick with him for a lifetime. I actually got into this hobby for him because he loves cars, and I wanted to give him a play environment that not only sparks creativity, but also teaches him the joys of DIY. These RC crawlers are so much more than disposable toys. They're durable, customizable, and can last a lifetime with proper care and available spare parts. But as I started working on these little machines, I found myself falling in love with the hobby too. Watching these cars drive in such a realistic way and seeing how our modifications and DIY projects can completely change their behavior and look is just amazing. I've learned so much from talented creators on YouTube who inspired me to take my skills further, and now I've decided to share my own tips, builds, and discoveries through my videos. This hobby is all about sharing, and I'm so grateful to everyone who takes the time to watch my content. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw and want to stay updated with all our upcoming content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell. This way, you'll be the first to know when we drop new videos. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to share more exciting content with you. So, subscribe, like, and ring that bell. See you in the next one.